Coming up, we have a good one for you. Between the Washington Commanders and the Minnesota Vikings. Will Reichert has it all teed up. And off we go from Minneapolis. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. Daniel's going to throw to get us started. It's caught. This is Jacory Krosky-Merritt. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Here we go. 19 Lions, 19 Charger, 19.
Daniels back to throw. Into the hands of Terry McLaurin. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
The ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down.
Cougar 19, 60 average, 60 average.
Throwing now, Daniels. That's caught. It's McLaurin downfield. And this play's nearly going to reach that 25-yard line. Defender there to take him out just short of it. They get 22 out of that play. And that's going to give the Commanders a first down.
At the 26-yard line.
No! Tag!
First carry of the game now for the rookie out of Arizona. And he's going to be hauled down after a gain of about 7. It's 2nd down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
After that little 8-yard scooch, here comes 2nd and 2.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Crack all 80. Let's go.
Running once again with Krosky-Merritt. And he's going to take it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. And he has made this a habit this season. That's his 10th rushing touchdown so far. Moody knocks that extra point through. And the Commanders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. On the return, here's Miles Price. This makes it up to the 25. First call here coming from the shotgun. McCarthy throwing right away. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Not a must-have yet, Brock, but it does feel pretty important that they come up with an answer for that touchdown, but not going to be easy.
Nope, and incompletions like that certainly won't help.
Another try from the 25. It's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And they come through the sack to bring around 3rd down.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go, Let that pass rush get home.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. Here he goes, third and long. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. And we talked about it earlier. Brought a losing streak into the building with him. That is not a good start towards breaking that streak as they go 3 and out.
No, you want to bust that narrative, and the best way to do that is to start fast, and, well, once again, they're not.
And it ends up a good return for them, up past their own 40.
First and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. First and 10.
Ready? 70, step a wolf. Ready?
Play action now with Daniels. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And that's good for a Washington first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Dallas Turner there to bring him down.
You know, Kate, it's plays like that. It's just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on second.
Hop 70, hop 70, Viking 18.
They're going to run again here with Krosky Merrick. And this will only complicate matters for third down, partner. They're sent backwards. They sent him with that sack in mind, Brock. We all saw what was coming. Still managed to clean up the play, even if it did come on the ground.
And you know why they call that a cat pressure from the secondary, Kate?
Tell me.
Because it's a C for corner and a T for attack, exactly what he just did.
On the ready.
Third down, they need 7.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Throw here, third down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well, he'd been perfect to that point on the drive, Brock. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
Now, I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right? And I look at it through those optics so much. But it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm.
Moody knocks it through. And that will add to their score.
How about that? He gets to add a field goal to his extra point. And 2 series in, he knows he's played a big role in this one.
On the return, here's Price. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Minnesota in the formation. It's first and 10. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
He's counting his lucky stars. That one isn't headed the other way right now. That is not the time to challenge double coverage.
Damn, I miss you, Chester. Sending love from my face compression. Ground control with a soul like Bowie, and I chop you up if I'm under pressure. I don't really want to break
try something else from the 27 this time. 2nd and 10.
60 Eagles, 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. Headed out right. Into a crowd and, intercepted. And the Commanders are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, we've all seen a lot of QBs make some magical plays rolling to the right, buying time before throwing it up. But not this time, as the defense steps in front of that one, probably shouldn't have been thrown.
Yeah, discretion the key in so many of these situations for quarterbacks. Why game management and decision-making is so critical. I love that he escaped the pocket, rolls right, tries to buy time for his guys to help him, but when there is nobody there, you either got to tuck it and run or live to play another day.
Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
2nd and 3.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Cowboy 80. Hey, smash. Let go.
2nd down give to Krosky Merritt. And he's taken down as they very quickly get into 1st and goal.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. They send a man in motion.
Bronco 80.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. It's a 10-0 ball game. More from Minneapolis right after this.
Ready.
Commanders ball as we get back for the 2nd, and they're thinking points.
Ready. 70 Rangers. Viking 18. Let's go.
Play action now. Daniels buying some time left.
I don't mind that scramble at all, Kate. It makes that defense think this guy's not just going to sit in the pocket all day. I'll say this as well like I do all the time. When you're going to scramble as quarterback, make sure you protect yourself.
Defense bringing in a 5th DB, 3rd and goal.
Ready. Panthers 60. 7 Pirates. 19 tight. Mustang 19. Ready.
Now Daniels to throw. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that brings up 4th and goal.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone. And defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away and leave teams for field goals, you got a great chance to win. Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Return coming from the 14. And the tackle's made as he gets it out to the 32.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Back to work after throwing the pick. Has him on the quick hitter. And he has it right near midfield here. It's about a yard short. Offense in the hurry up here.
17 yards. And the Vikings, 1st down.
1st and 10. Here's McCarthy. Got a man downfield. Bartholomew has it. And they take him down just as he gets inside that red zone. That one goes for 31 yards and a 1st down when all is said and done.
I'm not sure, Kate. I'm not sure. You're not sure. Everyone in the building is not sure how you can lose the biggest eligible receiver on the field. But that's exactly what the defense just did.
Panther 60, Panther 60. 7 Pirates, Panther 11, Panther 11.
Working inside the red zone. Short pass brought in. And he's brought down after a short gain. Offense in the hurry up here.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6. At the Commanders, 16.
Quick to the left, it's caught. And he's tackled for no gain.
The defenders, they were ready for that throw, stopping him right at the line of scrimmage.
3rd down, Commanders in the dime. 6 DBs out there. Another throw here for McCarthy. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings start to fight back with their first points of this game. Jordan Addison, the touchdown. Now it's Will Reichert off, the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Vikings get it back to within 6. So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. Fielded at the 7. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Okay, break.
Commanders to the line now, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10.
Panther 11, Panther 11. Let's go. Traffic, Viking 18. Cup 19, Cup 19. Viking 8. Reload. Let's go.
Starting on the ground here, Kronsky Merritt. He's got room to roam. The 40. At the 20. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders go up by 12.
Hey, Kate, we're not even to halftime, and this guy has already got a game's worth of success. And the great thing is that, yes, it benefits him individually, statistically, but you know it just sets the table for everybody else because that play-action pass should be devastating.
Daniels now bringing his guys to the line, getting everyone set for this 2-point attempt.
Will line up for the 2-point
Dragon
conversion.
60. Ready.
All right, they're going to throw for it. And the call to go for it not rewarded as the pass falls incomplete.
Commanders 19, Vikings 7.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. On the return, here's Price. And this drive will start inside the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, McCarthy. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Mike Samra still makes the play.
The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
1st and 10 from the 32.
60 Maverick. 19 Charger. 19.
Giving this to Kronsky Merritt. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. He can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
As a corner in this league, well, you can go to the Pro Bowl if you can cover. If you want to be an all-pro, you stick someone like that.
32-yard line.
Nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
Check smash. 60 Eagles. 19 Lions. 60 Bobcats. Street.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Escapes the pocket. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And brings up 3rd down.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover, wisely throwing it away.
Panther 11.
Daniels throwing on 3rd. Complete beyond the marker. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10.
First down, Washington.
18 Cardinal. 60 Bison.
From the red zone now. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. Offensive line fast.
70. Cut 19. Hurt.
So it'll be 2nd and long coming up, and that is on the other side of our 2-minute warning. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Following the sack needs some positive yards here. It is 2nd down and 18.
Here we go. 60 Bison. 60 Maverick. 6 check Bobcat. 18 Pioneer.
They'll motion him out of the backfield left.
Ready.
Out of the gun, Daniels. And again, an interception is dropped. Looked a whole lot like the last play, didn't it, partner? And again, the turnover escapes him. It's going to be 3rd down.
Sets up a 3rd down and 18.
Panther 60. Check, man. Hey. 79. Panther 60. 70 Ranger. Warriors 70.
3rd and long for him here. He puts some juice on a deep throw down the middle. And this is going to be hit by a defender and knocked away. Incomplete as the end zone look comes up empty, Brock. They've got a 4th down decision to make. Moody knocks it through. And go ahead and make this a 15-point game now.
Give him the first half trifecta. He's 3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent looks inside field goal range, and he's delivering.
On the return, here's Price. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
19.
John start to the quick throw left, complete. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 25-yard line.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. 1st and 10 now from the 46.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
McCarthy looking to throw. Throw came out wide as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, well, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
2nd and 10, McCarthy. Completed over the middle. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Vikings out of the hurry-up need everyone back to the line. McCarthy. Chased out to his right. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. It's a sack on first down. We'll see if it changes the play they go with now on second.
This defense just coming to life before our eyes, Kate, taking advantage of the situation they're in. Just feel their creativity. Right? When you get a lead like this, it just allows you to be a little looser, to play a little bit faster, and to continue to make an impact that time with a sack.
And he's right up next to that first down. Doesn't quite get there. Gain of 9. That brings up 3rd and short. Offense headed to the line. Just need to punch it forward a yard to reset the downs.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Cowboy in.
He's able to hit Felton. This is caught. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
That's another.
Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. But I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, there are going to be more interceptions.
Ball still on that 29-yard line as they come up to it. 2nd and 10.
Let's go now. Cougar 19. Panther 60, Panther 60.
Again, McCarthy to throw. He's got a man left. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
They keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone on 1st. That'll be incomplete to start the new set of downs. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Bronk. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
Throwing again now, McCarthy. Buys time, rolling right. Oh no, they get him yet again! And the Commanders will take over as he records his first interception of our season. They've got blackjack on the clock. Not a ton of time to use before halftime.
Let's go now. 70 Lions, 60 Bobcats, 60 Bucks, 18 Bucks, Buffalo 18. Ready?
Throwing on 1st down, Daniels. He's trying to push the field. Big gain downfield. He makes it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders get more points to end a lopsided first half. Terry McLaurin with the touchdown.
A receiver this skilled, well, he's got every route in his back pocket, but sometimes simple is better. No complicated cuts, no double moves. You just go run right by him.
That one splits the uprights. And the Commanders grow the lead now to 22 points.
Jake Moody to kick off.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. So no return this time. Let's see if they run a play or if they just decide to kneel out the half.
35-yard line.
1st and 10, but only time left for maybe a couple of plays here. Back to work after throwing the pick. Catches maybe down the right sideline. And they're on him to send him out right before he gets to that 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And the Vikings are going to have a first down.
First down.
Kate, I've probably seen a million balls thrown in my life, and maybe even more. From the time I was in high school all the way here to the pros, and over all these decades of watching guys throw it, and I'll tell you what, I never get tired of watching a laser like that.
Here's McCarthy on 1st and 10. And he's going to let this fly towards the end zone. And forget the field goal, Brock. They reach the end zone to end this first half on a high note.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid, let him run.
Reichert on for the point after. And the kick is good, so they take some valuable points off that lead right at the end of this half. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment.
Jake Moody to kick off.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. On the return, here's Price. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down.
At their own 25-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Commanders are going to have it after his second interception of the season.
Intercepted by Washington. The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
New set of downs for him from the 31.
Let's go. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
From the gun, a run for Krosky Merritt. And he's hit and sent out of bounds. So this ends as a gain of close to 7, 2nd down.
That is just a great drive starter. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable 2nd down.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3.
Ready. 77 Wilk.
That's complete. Here's Austin Eckler. And this is down to the doorstep of that red zone. Another yard to reach it and pick up that first down, too.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Here's Krosky Merritt on 3rd. He's fighting all he can, but won't get that final yard. They're going to have 4th down coming up.
Eric Wilson. No gain on the play.
77 Wilk. Seven Pirates.
Daniels to throw on 4th. And they'll turn it over on downs as that pass comes up empty and off the field they go.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Here we go. Cougar 19.
1st and 10. Here's McCarthy. Deep shot doesn't quite work out. So that's an incomplete pass.
I'm not going to be surprised at all, Kate, if we see more of this. Just trying to find some answer, extend plays, be creative, try different things, because nothing really consistently has gone well for him today.
After the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. McCarthy throwing here. Pass is caught. It's T.J. Hawkinson. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. So 20 yards on that play. And that means a fresh set of downs for Minnesota. Offense up to the line fast.
42-yard line.
Half to 60. Half to 60.
1st and 10. It's McCarthy. He's in running the comeback. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Now, after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainers heading out to take a look. From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10.
Bicep, Warriors, 70. 79 Broncos. Trap 60, trap 60.
Another throw here for McCarthy. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Big loss on the play. Brings up second down.
On play action now, McCarthy bails out of the pocket quick. Big strike here to Moore. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone.
It's a gain of 31
That one goes for 31 yards.
That's another.
And the Vikings are going to have a first down. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. Forced out to his right. He can run it. And our first down only gets about a yard here, and the defender there to force him out.
Well, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane. Just a little bit of room, just a little bit of air in the pocket. He found one of those two, but the defense swarms towards him and denies him the other.
Pass to 60, pass to 60. Go.
From the shotgun, McCarthy has him on the quick hitter. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
8th play of the drive now. They need 2 to keep it going.
Let's go now.
Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Complete beyond the marker. And that's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. Reichert on for the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Vikings get back to within 1 score. All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Has this at the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Ready up.
All right, the Washington offense is set. Here comes 1st and 10.
Buffalo 18, 70 Timberwolves. Ready.
Back to throw. Here's Daniels. On the move, headed right.
Kid, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass. It was a scramble. But the Nets, the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
Let's go. Trap 50, trap 50. Hawk 70.
2nd and manageable. He's throwing. Short pass brought in. And they'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And that's going to give the Commanders a first down.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
70 range, 70 range.
On 1st down, here's Daniels. Escapes the pocket. And they will stop him as he gets this down to their 39-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's good for a Washington first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Gravity line. Go check, go check, go.
Krosky Merritt straight ahead. He's out in the clear. Nice cut back to the right, and he's going to take it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders lead by 14.
Washington.
Let's see, Kate. I think in bowling, you get 3 strikes, that's a turkey. You know, in hockey or soccer, you score 3 goals, that's a hat trick. What we could call this, other than simply splendid?
That one right down the middle. And the Commanders lead by 15 now. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. He's going to field this at the 2. He's brought down just inside the 25.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Vikings to the line now. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Connects with his back, Aaron Jones. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. They get 23 on that one. And that means a fresh set of downs for Minnesota. And dose of the hurry up here.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Throwing on 1st, it's McCarthy. Completes downfield to Felton. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
After 60. After 60. Go.
Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Caught near the goal line. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings shave some off the deficit late in the quarter.
Every touchdown's got its own story, but for me, Kate, that one's all about courage. Courage of that receiver to run all the way across the field. Courage of the quarterback to know it's going to take a little extra time. That courage paid dividends for 6.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Return coming from the 6. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Takes over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out.
Here we go.
Daniels setting up the play action. That's brought in by Luke McCaffrey. And this is going to be out of bounds. Defense catches up to him near that 45. They strike for 23 yards. And that's going to give the Commanders a 1st down. What a jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line.
3 yards.
Here we go.
1st down, Commanders.
Viking 18.
So we're through 3 here. It's the Commanders who hold the lead. Not a big one, though, trying to carry this through the end. First and 10 from the 43. Daniels now. Chased out to his right. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket. Genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put it in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
No luck on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Daniels. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
18 reps, 70 Timberwolves.
Daniels throwing on 3rd. Good strike downfield to Lane. And they're going to bring him down, but not until he gets it down to their 32-yard line. Give him 24 yards on that one. And that's good for a Washington 1st down.
Come on.
1st and 10.
Quick on the Gerarda Eckler. And he works it inside the 30. That's a gain of 7.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
7 yards on that last play. So this is 2nd and 3.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings. Cougar 19. Steady.
Running with Eckler again. Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. That's going to bring up third down. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
Now that 70 Rangers, 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Check, check. Now that.
Third and short, Daniels. They did it! He made the interception! Ivan Pace has got it! And the Vikings have some new life in the fourth!
Daniels pass. Intercepted. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Minnesota into formation. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Cowboys.
Off play action. It's McCarthy. That's low and bounces short of his man.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
On the jump.
They'll try something else from the 27 this time. 2nd and 10.
Set. 70 Timberwolves. Hey, people got
Now McCarthy. Completed to his running back. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. Working quickly here.
13 yards on the play. And the Vikings
1st and 10. Here's McCarthy. Caught on the comeback route. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Working quickly here.
more yards. That's another Vikings 1st down.
Here's McCarthy on 1st and 10. Hits his running back. No one's around him. He's got space. And they get this down to the 28. They get 19 on that pickup. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st down.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Got that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
And he's got it. It's in close. And that's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings down by only 2 in the 4th. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
They draw just the right throw, and we're tied. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to center away. Returning it from the 4. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
ready, set.
Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10.
Buffalo 18. 19 Charger, 19 Charger. Ready, up.
Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Caught by Deebo Samuel. And this play reaches the 35 before it comes to an end. That play good for 17 and a 1st down. All set to go now from the 35.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard
Buffalo
line.
80. 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. Ready.
1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Finds the in route complete. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. Give him 13 on that play. And that's going to give the Commanders a 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips, cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Kennedy Lions.
Firing quickly out of line, Daniels. It's the 2-minute warning here in Minneapolis. Commanders going for the win here. Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. They kick the running back in motion. Back to throw. They left him wide open. It's complete. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
They're all set up for the game winner. Let's see how they approach it, starting with this 1st and goal. Krosky Merritt is across the line for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders jump in front late. So how about the determination there? This game has been as hard fought as you will see. But they grab hold of the lead here with a late touchdown that may just win them the ball game.
You could almost feel them saying, Kate, we don't want overtime. Let's go out and get it done now. They accomplished their goal. But you do have to ask the question, do they leave too much time on the clock? Stay tuned.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. So we got a touchback. This drive will start at the 35. Good field position to start with for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. Hits him on the out route. And he's forced out of bounds after picking up about 7.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. He'll look to throw it. Buys time, rolling right. Brought in right side by Moore. And they're not going to have to burn a timeout. Smart play here. He gets out of bounds with the 1st down.
Do you feel sometimes, Kate, up here in the booth when we get to see things develop, we're playing the same guessing game the defenses are on those kind of plays? Is he planning on keeping it or just waiting for a throw to develop and get open? That time the QB did a terrific job.
That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Quan Martin with the pick. And the Commanders make the play that should win them this game.
Commanders take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10.
10, 70 Timberwolves.
Give it to Krosky Merritt. And they get him for a loss. That's a big one, Brock, and might see them burn a timeout. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. And they went 3 yards the wrong way to start this drive out. Here's 2nd and 13.
Back to 60. Back, Cowboy 80. Go.
Low left side is caught by Sinnott. Decent gain here, but short of the first. Minnesota spends its 2nd time out here. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's good for a Washington 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Let's go now.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down.
Ready.
Designed run. Daniels will keep it. So it's a win on the road for the Commanders. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And, Kay, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game. It's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Huard, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Commanders as we bid you farewell from Minneapolis.
B-Town's finest, handsome Lagosian. Name ring bells on both sides of the ocean. Falsetto finesse, swoon baby girl I wear out of the stretcher. She be like, you a part-timer, I'm an all-timer. You a viral artist, I will offline you. Stay far from y'all criers, bar for bar sire. Spielberg on a beat, make a movie, yeah, it's the return.